Hey, so doing this is probably the easiest way or fastest way to break something on your boat. What that is going on vacation and coming back thinking everything's going to be fine. So this locker, this is a chiller plate. This normally is ice cold. There's normally a bunch of ice built up on that little metal plate. So, and you can see the temperature difference right now and what it should be. So it should be set to 40 degrees Fahrenheit. And of course it's not. It's probably about 86 in here right now. So this is the unit that actually is supposed to be keeping it cool. I've replaced a couple things on it, but it's been working so far. I see it's got a nice dent on the top of that compressor. So I'm going to try and hook the lines up, hook the hoses up, and see what we get. So right now I've got the gauges connected to the low side. There is no high side on this particular unit. I've noticed the compressor is struggling to come on. I feel like it's got some trouble, or maybe it's not getting enough Freon. I'm gonna try and put a little bit in. I did notice some frost back there on the low side. Looks like going out. So honestly, I'm definitely not by any means a AC repair guy. So if you guys happen to know what's wrong with this, let me know. All right, so I left the lines connected for a day. Came back the next day, and looks like you can see the gauge here, but it looks like on the low side, which is the blue gauge, we're looking at, let's see, this one, I want to say it's PSI, about 10 PSI. I like to have it about 25. That's historically what has worked for me. So I'm going to put a little bit more Freon in while we're talking. And I noticed that I did come onto the boat today, and I saw that we do have some condensation on the top of the lid, so that's actually pretty promising. I have not opened the box to see how cold it is, but let's go downstairs and see if our temperatures have changed. And you can see it is actually now at 51. Let me go ahead and open that up for you. So 51 degrees, so it looks like we need to put probably a little bit more Freon in. For some reason, I don't honestly know. I know about every year I have to put a little bit in, so I'm sure I have a slow leak, which is not really a big issue, especially for such an old unit. But I'm going to continue to monitor this and see if I can get it to level out. You can see we're starting to get a buildup of frost. So got my temp gauge here. So looks like we're at 24 degrees Fahrenheit at the top, or 23.9 locked in at the top, and then the bottom looks like it's 3.7 degrees on the bottom. So it's definitely chilling correctly, and it's coming back to life. But now it's really just a matter of finding that sweet spot for the Freon, see how much we really need. Historically, at least in this unit, I've always put it to about 24 PSI. If you happen to have maybe the same unit, you do something a little bit different, or if you have the same issue, let me know. Definitely curious in the comments if I'm doing this correctly. So I just know, I'll say YouTube certified from what I've gathered over the years and through some friends. But I'm gonna try to get this as close as I can to about 24 PSI and leave it, and I'll just let it sit overnight and check it the next day. But we're definitely getting cold temperatures again. We started at 81 degrees or 86 degrees, I think it was, and now the bottom of the plate is at about 3 degrees. The top's around 20. So trying to get that plate to even out to where it's the same temperature across the whole thing. Hey, if you got anything from this video, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up on the algorithm. It really does help push the video out to more people, and gets me a larger audience, which is great. If you want to see more, I'm going to be doing probably the same exact thing to a refrigerator unit that I have downstairs. I'm having the exact same problem where it's really just not cooling. I think the inside fridge is probably close to 55 to 60 degrees, and I need it to be closer to 40. So I'm going to try this same thing on that one. So, but if you want to see more on maintenance, click on the video on your screen, and we'll see you in the next one.